Dabnah Lonely Man Podcast. Today's topic is work-life balance, how to have one and maintain relationships while trying to achieve what you want without losing people in the process. Obviously, be that school, work, stuff you want to create, goals that you've got for the future. Because as we all know, it can be very hard at times to manage both when you're trying to juggle, whatever you want to achieve in your personal life compared to, So for me, at work, my work life is really important. For my mental health means a lot to have a chain of jobs that I've got to do and work I've got to get through, and then I feel such fulfillment in myself when I do it, and it's a massive part of my life. But obviously with that means that at times I can't make things if it's my mates and going out, just going out partying or over for drinks, or if it's over my family's place, being tired all the time because I've worked so hard so that in my brain I'm all good, but that will obviously affect them because they're trying to have a roast dinner and I'm asleep on the couch because I'm knackered. It's hard at times to, go, right, I've got this on today, or I've got to do this, or I've got to be there, and then stop yourself at work to be able to go no, I'll take it easy today because I want to go over or go out and have a good time. That's a struggle that I have, that I know affects my relationships with people. So that's pretty much what we're going to talk about. I gave you a quick example there, but I'll go through things like my YouTube and how doing that I put a lot of pressure on myself to be this character and make this content, essentially just so that people would like me. But it was never liking me, they was just liking the character. And because it's me, it's going to be raw, it's going to be honest. I can't lie, I can't put a blanket over anything. So we'll go through certain things, and then hopefully together, like there's people here, hopefully together we can come up with a solution, or if it's in the comments, or doing this for other people to hear if they're in a similar situation, or if they're not, and most importantly doing it for me, because when I'm down or whatever, or shit gets on top, I can just hear back on these and be like, oh right, in life it's hard to express yourself, even to the people you love the most. It's hard because their care for you sometimes it doesn't help, because sometimes you just need an outlet that is just personal, But obviously I want to do someone like me in my position justice, where maybe they just need to hear someone that's either in a similar position or anything like that. It's not dark, it's deep, but it's something I want to do, it's something I definitely want to try. So why not do it together? And if you listen, if you don't agree or anything like that, just comment. Just say, I don't think that's right, or I think you got that wrong, Charlie. Because I feel this is the right time to put it out, I don't want to be cringe and say I've changed or whatever, but yeah, I suppose everyone changes. So I think a good place to start is where I left off. This was back in the YouTube days, 2020. We're 2 years past that now. So first one we go for is where the idea for this podcast come from. Was one thing that I done on the Logan Paul JJ fight, KSI. The video come out. When did it come out? Let's just check. KSI versus Logan Paul 2, honest and brutal review, secrets and more. What a clickbaity title. That is amazing. So this is where the podcast started.
I'm finally in the headspace to talk about this. Can't believe I'm saying this. Roll the clip. But let's get...
So I never actually state that it is a podcast because I wanted to, like, I don't know, just drop it in because I wasn't sure about it at the time either. And even looking from the video length, I haven't really done it justice or gone into detail at all. I've just tried to be, you know, that showman and that character, that king on jokes back in the day, which we'll get into that as well. It's not a problem. But it flashes up on the screen. Lonely Man Podcast, and I was genuinely, shut up me. I was generally going to do this weekly, and that's what I'm going to try again. But even things like seeing myself on camera now, like, it's mental. I'm glad I've still got these videos because I can look back on certain parts of my life and what I was doing or how funny I thought I was, but I can't even do that now. My camera presence and stuff, like, is non-existent now because I just can't do it. Even my tracks, like, I can't even get myself into a state where I want to film a music video just because I'm so scared of what someone would say. And this is the good thing about this, but I'm going to cover so many topics where in the past, you know, I'd make a video, it would flop, and then I'd just get my family to pick me up, tell me how brilliant I was and what I'm doing is good creation wise, and then I'd put that mask back on, get straight back on the camera, and none of it was actually addressed. If I get big, if anything happens, you know, I want you guys to know that I am a real one. Like, even this now, I know I'm going to put it out, I'm going to get something like 20 views or something like that. I've come to learn, and it sucks, that it's okay not to have views. You've got to do it for you, but you can't help internal feelings, you know, breaking you at times. You really can't. So obviously, I'm not going to comment on the topic because that's ages ago. I'll probably bring it back if KSI and Jake Paul ever fight. That'd be mental. But yeah, everything was for a topic. Trying to be big. Like, and the ideas I've got are just, they're massive in my head. I go, oh, if I do that, I could really fucking light up, you know, or blow up or whatever. But I don't do it. I spend a lot of time sitting on my bed listening to music, but now I'm gonna try, at least. Like, I'm not making no promises, I'm not making no nothing, like, I'm just gonna try. That's it. If I had a sentence to sum up what I'm gonna do this year, it'd be like, I'm gonna try. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. That was the first idea or show of what the podcast would be. Then we go on to roasting my bro. Oh my god, my bro replied. So I used to do the compilation videos where I'd do skits and stuff in the middle just to take the piss out of him. Some of my favourite videos to ever make. Really did enjoy making them. They were such a me content, and I used to say Jack was my little Carl Pilkington, you know, just so funny but doesn't realise how funny he is. So it wouldn't matter whatever I'd done to him, I knew I'd get a reaction, and then I'd comment on that, and then I'd frame it all together, stitch up the clips, and then put a video out with fire in the thumbnail. That was one video, but I put it into two because I knew I was coming towards the end of King on Jokes. You know, I told certain people I just don't want to do it. Don't want to do it anymore. So then videos were the last, what I call big ones. The prank call when I call my brother's workplace. I'm never going to forget about this stage of my life though. Like one day I'm going to stitch them all up and put them on like TikTok and, you know, Instagram, like my best bits, because the faith I had in how big that these would get was, you know, massive compared to obviously what happened. But I actually stopped on what every YouTuber is going to do in 2020, updating. I'm just trying to, you know, bring you up to date, because obviously I've had the music and the 2 projects that I've put out so far, but I never addressed what actually happened from making videos to making music. What every YouTuber is going to do in 2020, updated. I don't know why I put updated in brackets, but we'll put it on quickly. Have a look.
Creep in and hope no one notices just how long I've been away. Hello guys. So it's the new year, 2020, and for me, new year, same me. Honestly, if I hear that another person is going to join a gym, then, well, I'll have no more friends.
Oh, fuck me, so cringe. Self-deprecation, eh? Just, I don't know. I knew it was done at this point, you know. But mine's like self-aware comedy. Like, I'll do things and then I'll stop the frame and then I'll comment on what I've done and how stupid it is. Because what people used to say used to really affect me. So I'd be like, if I get to the joke first, like say I say something cringe, I'll point it out before they do. Or if I mess up on a word or if I fumble, you know, I'd be like, right, I'll get that there, because that's what they're going to find funny. But if I do the joke that I've got there first, then potentially I'm funnier. You know, just, you know, stupid. It was silly. When I should have just, I don't know, done the video. If I rated it and I backed it, put it out, I'd just be like, right, well, if you don't like it, don't like it. You know, you don't have to watch what I'm feeding you. What was it? On the Ricky Gervais special, Humanity, he goes, it's like being offended by everything. Someone drives down the motorway and there's a billboard for guitar lessons, and they go, I don't fucking want guitar lessons. And he's like, it's fine if you don't want them. You don't have to look, you don't have to do it, but it's there, you know. And that's what I'm trying to live by and get over. That's why I'm just doing this. Like, this is what I want to do at the moment. I don't want to show my face, so I don't want to show my face, you know. Not to get too defensive about it, get comfortable with making content, but making the content that I want, that I can just release, and regardless of someone calls me an idiot or this and that, I can just go, oh, that's fine, that's you, like, and I'm me. I'm gonna stay in this lane and do this because it makes me happy. I miss it so much, you know, banging out videos, doing this and that. Like, even on this video, I don't know how long this podcast is gonna be, because eventually we got to get to the main topic of the work-life balance, and I'm going through now what it was like, you know. This is all in the time where I've always been working. I've worked since I was 17, and I've always been making some form of content, you know. And it's dedication to your job, working hard at your job, then coming home being tired, but having all this creative energy and thoughts where you want to go out and do stuff, or like I've got meet mates, make content, work, you know, downtime. There's a lot for each person to fit in their life, you know. Take dads for example. They come home from work and then they've got to do another job, which is being a father. That's what I even want to make people realise, or that's what I want to get the answer to. Like, how do you do it? How do you have a work-life balance where you want to be selfish and do the stuff that you want to do, but also you don't want to let people down that want to see you, that are in your life. So that's interesting. Let's just check more of this video out.
New year, same me. Honestly, if I hear that another person is going to join a gym, then, well, I'll I've no more friends. Don't lie like you got friends. I know what you're thinking. What's up with here, man? Just don't. Me and...
It's like that. Watching this though, love the edit. It's what I used to love to do. Very time consuming though. But like then, like saying, oh, you haven't got any friends. Like, for this time, I probably didn't. But you made a joke about it.
As a creator, you don't want to be looking at the views constantly. But after a while...
That's what I mean. Looking at the views constantly. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, it's like, me looking at this, I know I don't care. I'm just trying to get a video out. But this was me trying to like go, you know what, let's just do it again. And I think in the end of the video I mentioned about doing shorter videos, and so with the mindset of the shorter that they are, the more I can put out, the easier it will be. But it never actually happened. What I should have done is just accepted the fact, it's probably done, and then moved on. Oh, sorry about how fucking what twat, got all emotional there. Right, let's move on. So that happened. I tried, it didn't work. Got rid of King on Jokes, wiped the slate clean. Now I started doing my music. Now, when I got rid of King on Jokes and he wasn't a thing, I was gonna make a video that I killed him off, and literally being like a rapper, like all batted up, and I was gonna kill King on Jokes. Now, even me just saying that, I think what a wicked idea. That'd have been so sick. Didn't do it. Lost the camera presence. Lost the interest in doing it. And I promise you this, from one of the most closest people that is a part of anyone's family. It wasn't until I started doing the music, people said how good Dabnah, they said how good King on Jokes was. How they'd enjoyed the videos the whole time, and it was actually a bit sad that it was over. And I was like, I needed that energy at the time, you know, I really did. Because if I'd have had a pat on the back, or like even things like a simple comment on the video from your friends and family that are like, well done on that, and then that could have gained some traction, and then other people might have started commenting and blah blah blah, because it's only the people that are close to you that are going to build you up, you know. And I felt, because I'm the only one out of all of my family and friends, every single one, I'm the only one who makes content, so I don't know if I know they're joking the whole time, I'm not stupid, but because that's the way it was, I'm making videos and I'm like, I've got to be funny, I've got to do this, blah blah blah, because I wasn't getting any praise. So I felt I had to dig deeper into the bag to get something out of me that they would like. And it's that whole thing about approval, and that's not what you should be doing it for. You should make content, post your Instagrams, photos, whatever, not even thinking about anything, but just having that support. So we're at 2020 now. I just want to get the date of that video just so I know. I think it was early, probably 20th of January. I might have said that already, I don't even know. First music video, verse 1, obviously not going to play it. Project called Mixtapes, compiled of a load of different beats and then me spitting over it. Someone told me when I started, I think I released like 5 or 6 or something, to polish them up, because one day I might look back on the quality of it and not be very happy. And that's what I like. I see that now, but also at the same time I'm not ashamed of the fact that it's out there. You know, I'm sure most rappers listen to things that they first made and cringe at, but know that if it wasn't for that, then they wouldn't be where they are now, you know. It's like, I think Ed Sheeran was on the Jonathan Ross show, or I think it was Jonathan Ross, and he played like what he used to sing, and he played how he used to sing, and then like says that it's hard work and you have to keep going. But these are things that at the time he published. Obviously it blew up, and then obviously he's probably privatised his stuff, but he's still to some degree making a point, and he's proud because that's where it all started. But this was still in 2020. Creative was just going mental. Like, I found a new thing. I had a blank canvas, so I was just going mental. I was like, right, I can rap about this, I can sing about that, and I had all these notes from, I've probably started writing when I was 12 or 13. Probably earlier, but properly when I was about that age, because I remember the whole way through school, it'd be on like the back of a textbook or on a memory card thing. I was just writing these notes down, or in my actual textbooks, and then ripping the pages out. They wasn't marking my work; they was just marking what crap I'd written. So I've got a case full of all them. I've got everything I've ever written in that case. So I opened that up for inspiration and stuff like that. But it made me able to do artwork again. That's why every single fun now is a painting or a drawing that I've done. And really, in terms of starting, really enjoyed it. This is a year's worth of it being out for a year. Probably more than a year now. It'll probably be, I think it's 2 years in March time, because it's each March that I drop. From like the start and the whole change started to comment on my videos and stuff, and this is people that I don't know, you know, could be anyone on the internet, but even the things like great beat, great lyrics, blah blah blah. Obviously I don't take credit for the beats, because I just find the best ones. I'll message the creator, I'll say, look, I'm poor, can I please have this? Just so I can get my lyrics out there. I own all of my lyrics, and out of all of these, I ain't even got that many favourites. I can't count verse 1, verse 2 or verse 3, because they are awful. But in terms of the concept of the album, the starting, I wanted to make it sound even more like I had just started out, but it would have sounded like that anyway, so I should have just left it how it was. But I played the beat and the words, and then I just left the record on, so it sounded really tinny. So the next real song is the intro, which sounds awful. The only thing I ever back myself on, and I still back myself on, is the lyrics. It's Dabnah. I find that really cringe now. Chasing You, very breathy, and you can hear my like the breathing, the inhale and the exhale, and the saliva in the voice. I was recording these off of headphones, like just with a mic jack, and then over the beats. So after that, I then got myself a mic, and then I got myself some headphones, and then I got a laptop. Rasta Man I don't rate. Space is alright. T-Nux is alright, but only the first half. Who I Am, I back that track even now. I think that's some of the best writing I've ever done. Darkest Place, yeah, I like that one. I think all of the last ones I really like. I'd say, yeah, I'd probably say Space. If I had to pick three, it would be Who I Am, Darkest Place and Monster, 100%. And then T-Nux and Space between them can have a shout for fourth. But at the time, I'd have rated all of these, I'd have been like, this is that shit. But when you look back, it's a bit different. But I'm proud of the period of my life and that I'd done this, you know. And if you listen to it as one thing, it really does make more sense why certain ones are the way they are. Next one was Lost Love, which was my last one that I bought out. And you can tell it's it's getting there. Paranoid, 195. Chicks in Sight, 106. Broke, 107. You're a Witch, 95. 83, Making Sounds, 99. Still Dabs, 72. Skip 1, No Sleep, 84. Making Sound, 83. Piece of Cake, 68. 115, Skip 2. Still Dabs, 99. Skip 1, 72. So even that was an upward trajectory. I can't say that word. Trajectory is getting there, and it still is a different feeling with this album. There's still parts where it's breathy or the saliva's there. I hate that word. It sounds horrible, but you know that you get. It's horrible. But I updated the equipment for the second one. I've updated it for the third, so everything should sound better. I've started mixing more, and you really do learning music. I suppose to go back to the original point, it was just make sure you got everything first. You know your sound, you know your voice when you know, sing or rap, so that everything, like imagine I saved that year, I didn't put anything out, but I put it all into this next one that I'm bringing out. I had all these songs, I'd have one really strong one rather than a few pick-off tracks. But if I put my hand on my heart, I would still back and justify any song. Yeah, we're going to my next one. Got another project coming out I'm not going to tell you. No, certain people know. So I've got to be careful because all of the songs are on there. I've got to name the ones that are just out. Welcome to My Lonely Funeral, 41 views. So Blue, 56. That's what we've got so far. There'll be... no, I'm not going to say too much because I really want this wrapped up. But if you're clever, you should be able to tell what the next one will either be called or around what time it will be. So that's all caught up from YouTube in the past to now. Let's now get to the topic at hand. Work-life balance. All I want to do is go to work, come home, shower, get dressed, chill out for 5 minutes, have a coffee, sit down, process the day, whatever bullshit's happened or whatever. But there's a lot of things in everybody's way where they've got to carry on with their normal life, you know? It's really cringe, but chillaxing. Watching TV or playing Xbox or spending time with your family, your girlfriend, your friends. Trying to fit normal life and creativity and work in one is hard. But I think all you can do is look after yourself. Everyone should believe in you enough to give you your own space, but just be honest. So with everything in mind and everything that we've already spoke about, this is what I'm going to do for a good work-life balance. I'm going to go to work, do all that I possibly can, and not worry about things that are out of my control. If stuff and jobs aren't completed, but I know I've done all that I possibly can to ensure that that job is done, and I can say 100% with my hand on my heart that I did do everything I possibly could to make sure stuff was done, then I'm just going to learn to accept that that is the way it is, and that has to be enough. And in terms of creativity, I'm gonna do it for the love of what I want to do. No more pressure, because I can't have it in my life anymore. No view, no clout, anything like that is ever going to come into the picture anymore. I'm going to do it simply because it makes me happy. Only going to do it when I'm ready and not get bogged down by feelings like I haven't done enough, because if you think that way, it's going to kill you. I'm going to make sure I have breaks during my work, like have a chunk of work. So for me, it would be like a song or a verse. When that's done and completed, I have a break, and then when I'm ready, and only when I'm ready, will I get back to it. I think it's a good idea as well to get a calendar and write a to-do list and put everything, every thought, every video idea, song idea, write every single one of them down, and then I'm going to highlight the most important ones that I want to get at first, because then these ideas won't become things I've got to do anymore. They'll be videos that I'm looking forward to make, rather than I've got to do this and like always on a schedule. Like you've got to plan out for the ideas that you want, but not necessarily you've got to do them all, because that's time consuming, and then you're going to throw that into your brain and it's just going to blow up. And I'm just going to be more realistic in the timescale I have in my life. You know, I try and do too much at once or nothing at all. It needs to be work, come home, chill out, content, sleep every day, just like a complete routine. All this is going to be good for me, because then I can finally do what I want to do, have a constant string of content that makes me happy and will just make my mental welfare just so much better. And what I do now, like, I sit on my bed for an hour every day, just look at the window, and I think of not even what I want to create, but just I sit and I just think, you know. Sometimes I don't even think, I just just sit here, and it really gives clarity to all your thoughts, what you want to do, where you want to go, any problems that you're having in your life. Is just a complete and utter de-stress. So I'd advise anyone that's listening to this to do the same thing, because like I said at the start of the podcast, I'm only trying. That's all I'm doing this year. Rather than moaning about it or getting frustrated about the timescale of things, nah. Just 1 hour, sit down, think, and I promise you'll be so much more interested in the stuff you actually want to do, because you'll literally be thinking about it. I'm like, oh my god, I think that song's sick, or that idea is amazing. You'll start obsessing over that idea, and you'll actually then want to do it, compared to I have to do this. And it comes down to one thing: do it for the fun. Don't just do it. This is the last thing I would say on the podcast as well. No distractions will give you a very sound heart. Dabnah, yeah. Thanks for listening.